The Coinceras channel is pleased to have you back. Listen up, folks, the SEC's assault on crypto has been the subject of several recent developments. It was reported recently that Robinhood is the most recent company to receive a Wells notice from the SEC, indicating that they may indeed be sued. In theory, the FCC commissioners would need to vote to allow it, but they're sure to face legal action. We may expect that to transpire. Personally, I think I can almost guarantee it. It's a natural progression. Additionally, we are aware that this occurred recently using Uniswap. This was a warning about an assault, weren't we? The SEC assaulted Ripple many years ago. And by extension, every single XRP holder. We were trying to convey that this isn't limited to Ripple. Nobody was paying attention, they're targeting the entire crypto asset class, not just XRP. Many people believed we were insane, but they were completely mistaken. We will discuss Gary Gins, who was featured on national television today for the second time, and his whines. Describe it? And here's a headline from Crypto Basic. Expert sets date for final verdict or settlement in Ripple lawsuit. SEC files new petition. The SEC v Ripple lawsuit is nearing its conclusion, so let's talk about it. Plus, I'll let you in on one expert's prediction regarding the time frame. And it won't be long now. That's something I'll let you know right from the bat in the video. The next issue to consider is whether the SEC or Ripple will file an appeal once that happens. However, I should preface this by saying that I am completely unprepared financially. Do not take my financial advice as gospel. You should also refrain from making any financial transactions based on my recommendations. Making movies on YouTube regarding cryptocurrency is something I like doing for fun and as a pastime. I'm just an enthusiast. Yahoo Finance reports that the SEC has issued a new legal threat against Robinhood as part of its ongoing crackdown on cryptocurrency. According to Robinhood, the trading platform may be subject to an enforcement action pertaining to its U.S. crypto business, the so-called Wells, after receiving a warning from the Securities and Exchange Commission. Due to infractions of registrations as a securities broker and transfer agent, the SEC staff made a preliminary determination to recommend the action, as Robinhood was informed in the notice she received on May 4. By Monday night's end, its shares had fallen about 1%. I can't help but dwell on the events surrounding XRP. Just consider the billions of dollars in market capitalization that was nearly instantly wiped out the moment the news spread that Ripple is becoming attacked. Lastly, this is a 1% reduction in Robinhood stock. As you can see from the headline, there is another article from CoinDesk. I will not be reading this one. The next day, Robinhood regains 2% of what he lost the day before after receiving the SEC Wells notice. The fact that speculators appear to have acknowledged that the SEC has been wronged throughout history is, thus, intriguing to me. I also believe that many people are under the impression that this lawsuit will not end well. In the event that it happens for SEC. If you were to examine all of these losses, you would see what transpired, and I intend to do just that. The grayscale population is aware that the SEC has historically been wrong. They're going too far. Since Congress did not grant them the authority, they lack the legal capacity to carry out their current actions. In any case, they're just carrying out the tasks. Because of that, I don't think there has been a precipitous decline. A lawsuit will, however, be filed. When these 5 commissioners consider a proposed action, 2 of them will likely vote against it, stating that legal action should not be taken. Her purse is going to be one of them. The other guy, whose name escapes me, usually votes in the same way as Hester does. After that, the other three including Kim Jong give their consent to bring this matter before voting. I can almost guarantee it. If the SEC takes action, Robinhood has warned in its disclosure that it may face a civil complaint, a public court process, a fine, a cease and desist order, and other restrictions on its cryptocurrency operations. This could happen even if the peace talks continue. In a blog post, Robinhood's Chief Legal Compliance and Corporate Officer Dan Gallagher expressed disappointment that the agency had chosen to issue a Wells notice after years of sincere efforts to collaborate with the SEC for regulatory clarity, including our famous attempt to come in and register. And then there's Vlad Teknov's post. He co-founded Robinhood and serves as its CEO. So, he shared this post yesterday night. American businesses and consumers have been hit hard by the regulatory assault that has been building over the past 3 years. The SEC's persistence in targeting cryptocurrency, along with fresh rule proposals such as the one pertaining to predictive data analytics, constitutes yet another unlawful endeavor by the administrative state to inhibit fresh ideas. We are committed to working cooperatively with our regulators whenever possible, but if that fails, we will use our financial resources to challenge this case in court. Our goals are to protect our cryptocurrency business and to clarify U.S. regulations so that our customers can benefit. Yes, precisely. Therefore, settling here would be one of the worst things you could do if the odds aren't in your favor. Hey, do you remember when we cracked and settled? How was that unattractive, isn't it? For their case, I understand that it's a losing battle with the SEC and that many smaller businesses face the same problem. In my opinion, that wasn't the case for cracking, but after doing their own internal analysis, they concluded it wasn't worth it to fight. Seems to be the case based on Vlad's work here. It is imperative that they confront the SEC, and that is exactly what they will do. That is, you must resist this nonsense. Thus, Coinbase reposted it. Welcome to the club, Brian Armstrong, co-founder and chief executive officer, reposted it. Embrace the camaraderie. Justice will be served by the judicial system. In the long run, though, we need to choose politicians who are supportive of cryptocurrency. Coinbase has shown their support for Fair Shake Super PAC and Crypto.org because of this. I would be grateful if you could all come. Personally, I didn't know what to do with Crypto.org, so I'll admit it. This organization does not operate for financial gain. Visit their website at this link. However, I will admit that I am completely ignorant about them. It's great that there are so many rich people in the cryptocurrency industry. As you can see, over 86 million has been donated to this nonprofit. I'm just on screen because Brian Armstrong said something along those lines. Unfortunately, that's correct. We must have candidates who are in favor of cryptocurrency, because that is the future of this and what will become the norm. No, this is a total and utter slugfest when it comes to these earlier years. Representative John Rose has posted this. He claimed that by sending Robinhood a Wells notice, a precursor to enforcement action, the SEC went beyond its duty to safeguard investors and preserve fair and orderly markets. It is with great pride that I co-chaired the effort to enact the Fit for the 21st Century Act, which will put an end to the meddling of rogue regulators like Gary Gensler and allow them to fulfill their responsibility to safeguard investors without impeding innovation. And thus, it is clear that Gary Gensler has lost his mind, but this is not an all-out assault on cryptocurrency. And the XRP community was correct when it warned everyone about this years ago. Posting from April 10th, this is what Metal Lawman has to say. As soon as he put ... they arrived at Uniswap. It has been over 1 month since the Uniswap incident. Following yesterday's repost, in which he added the text ... They set out to find Robinhood. Please be patient if you are a crypto enthusiast who has not gotten their Wells notification yet. Quick action will be taken by the SEC to reach you. Except that's not bad at all. True enough, they will definitely succeed. I see. Later on, did I unfortunately, this is Gary Gensler. He is a terrible human being. This morning, he made an appearance on national television. As reported by CNBC. Take a look at this block's headline. Following numerous Wells notifications, SEC Chair Gary Gensler stated that investors lacked the crypto disclosures they needed. Investors are missing out on crucial crypto disclosures, according to SEC Chair Gary Gensler, following the agency's notifications to numerous crypto businesses that it intends to pursue enforcement proceedings against. Tuesday morning, she was asked about the agency's recent decision to file a Wells on CNBC Squawk Box. Legal action taken against Robinhood Crypto, the cryptocurrency division of Robinhood Markets, a brokerage firm. According to Monday's exchange announcement, the SEC staff has chosen to recommend an enforcement action against the crypto unit, accusing her of securities violations. He claimed he couldn't comment to any specific company. And he said, quote, that he was going to step aside from the crypto asset area and not judge any of them. The United States Supreme Court has ruled that a number of these tokens constitute securities under federal law. That law is therefore followed. Investors like you aren't receiving the disclosures that are necessary or even necessary for these assets. That is all. The video ends there. My channel would be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe and like it. Goodbye for now.